Lordosis. Recommended tests in causes of lordosis. Stage 2. Testing the lumbar curve with knees slightly bent. In the previous test, we observed the lumbar spinal curve from the side and tested for possible tight muscles. In this test, the knees are slightly bent. Bending the knees also creates slight flexion of the hip joints and releases the flexor muscles of the hip. In most cases of tight muscles, the patient will have difficulty in making the lordotic position disappear. A tight muscle pulls the leg up, hip flexion. In a closed movement cycle, the leg is fixed on the ground. In a closed cycle, the legs are locked on the ground while standing, and the muscle pulls the second end, which is connected to the pelvis and lower back, and causes an increase in lumbar lordosis. Bending the knees releases the tight muscles. Knee bending is actually hip bending, which releases the flexor muscles and allows the pelvis and lower back to remain in a neutral position. How can this data be applied? In this test, we wanted to see whether bending the knees would allow an improvement in the lumbar vertebrae position. If we see an improvement and the lumbar lordosis is smaller, the reason for the increased lordosis is a tightness in the hip flexor muscles. If the reason for the increased lordosis is actually tightness in the muscles, significant improvement will usually be seen in the pelvic position in the lumbar spine.